Hey, what's up you guys, it's Dorothy, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are going to go into Chapter 9 of One of Us is Next by Karen M. McManus, and I'm going to just adjust this again because I swear it looks like I'm not wearing clothing, but I am, and it's just because of this shirt, it hangs off the shoulders. Anyways, let's get right into this video. This video may contain sensitive topics and foul language. If you do not wish to continue, please click off of the video now. You have been warned. Chapter 9. Knox, Monday, March 2nd. It's a reflex to check my phone, even at work. But there's nothing new from unknown on Monday. The last texts were from Friday night. Dare, kiss a member of the Bayview 4. Status, achieved by Jules Crandell. Congratulations, Jules. Nice work. Accompanied by a picture of Jules on Nate's lap, kissing him as though her life depended on staying attached to his face. The next player will be contacted soon. TikTok. I'm kind of glad I had rehearsal and couldn't make it to Cafe Contigo on Friday. Maeve said the night went downhill fast after Jules interrupted dinner. Plus, the whole restaurant turned into such a mob scene that they ran out of food and Cooper had to leave through the back entrance. In this particular instance, the contributing cause is false confession, Sandeep says beside me. We're sharing a desk today at Until Proven, and he's been on the phone nonstop since I arrived. He holds a pen in one hand, tapping it rhythmically on the desk while he talks, so I don't see that it applies. What? No? Homicide related? He waits a few beats, pen tapping. I can't confirm that yet. I'll call you back when I can, alright? He hangs up. Until Proven still has desk phones, big clunky things with actual cords plugged into the wall. Knox. Can you order some pizza? Sandeep asks, rolling his shoulders. I'm starving. Sure. I pick up my iPhone because I don't even know how to work one of the desk phones. Then put it back down when Eli materializes in front of us. He looks different, but I can't figure out why until Sandeep speaks up. You cut your hair? He says. Eli shrugs as Sandeep leans back in his chair and spins in a semicircle, his fingers steepling beneath his chin. What's up? You never cut your hair. I assure you that I do, Eli says, pushing his glasses up on his nose. He looks a lot like Einstein now. Do you have the Henson file? Is this a wedding thing? Sandeep asks. Did Ashton make you? Eli rubs his temple like he's trying to draw out some patience. Ashton and I don't make one another do anything. Do you have the Henson file or not? Sandeep starts sifting through the piles on his desk. Probably it's here somewhere. What do you need? The name of the convicting DA. I have it, I say, and they both turn toward me. Not the file, but the name. I made a spreadsheet. Hang on. I pull up Google Docs and tilt my laptop toward Eli. It has all of the basic background information on the D'Agnosto convictions, names, dates, addresses, lawyers, things like that. I noticed you keep asking for that stuff, so I trail off as cease appears on Eli's forehead. Crease appears on Eli's forehead. Was I not supposed to do this? Maybe it's all publicly available information, so I don't think I was doing anything wrong by putting it into a one document. Eli's graze moves across the screen. This is great. Can you share it with me, please? Yeah, of course, I say. He meets my eyes. What's your name again? Knox. Knox Myers. I smile a little too widely, happy to be noticed for once. Thanks, Knox, Eli says sincerely. You just saved me a lot of time. Eli, somebody yells from across the room. Judge Belwar is on the line for you. Eli takes off without another word as Sandeep punches me lightly in the arm. Look at you getting praise from the big man. Nice job, kid, he says. Don't let it get to your head, though. I still want that pizza. And could you sort the mail? I order a few extra large pizzas for the office, then grab a stack of envelopes from the tray next to the front door and bring them back to my chair. Some of it's registered and it's supposed to be and I'm not supposed to open that, so I put those aside for Sandeep. A lot of it's bills, and those go into another pile. Then I sort through what's left. Mostly it requires for Until Proven to take on a particular case. It's surprising how many people write letters instead of emailing, but I guess they're hoping to stand out. Until Proven gets way more pleas for help than it could ever handle, even if it tripled its staff. I pick up a letter-sized envelope with Eli's name scrawled across the front. I tear it open, and there's a single sheet of paper inside. I pull it out and read a few short sentences. You messed with the wrong people, shithead. I'm going to fuck you like you fucked us, and I'll enjoy watching you die. I recoil like somebody punched me. Sandeep, I croak. He looked up from his laptop with a quizzical expression, and I shoved the paper toward him. Look at this. Sandeep takes the letter and reads it. He doesn't look nearly as shocked as I expected. Oh yeah, we get these sometimes. I'll log it in the death threats file. The what? I can't keep the horror out of my voice. There's a whole file? Death threats come during come in during every big case, he says. Matter of fact, disgruntled assholes blowing off steam for the most part, but we need to document everything. He scans the sheet of paper again before folding it and putting it back in the envelope. At least this one doesn't contain hate speech. Eli gets a lot of anti-Jewish rhetorical. Those go in a specific file. Jesus, I say weakly. My pulse is racing uncomfortably fast. I knew until proven lawyers had to deal with a lot of crap, but I never imagined anything like this. Sandeep pats my shoulder. Sorry, Nux. I didn't mean to be blace. I know they are disconcerting, especially the first time you see one. It's par for the course in this line of work, though, and we have procedures in place to deal with it. His blow knits in concern, and he takes in my clammy, probably ghost pale face. Are you feeling unsafe? Do you want to go home? No, I'm not worried about me. I swallow, watching Eli through a conference room window as he gestures amiably, but Eli is used to it, Sandeep says gently. He chose this line of work, and he's not afraid of people like this. Disgust settles over his features, and he tosses the envelope onto the desk in front of us. They're cowards, really, hiding behind the screen to threaten and intimidate instead of doing something meaningful to improve their situation. I glance at my phone, full of gloating text from unknown. Yeah, I know what you mean. I plan on going straight home after work. When 5 o'clock rolls around, I'm still rattled out in all sorts. Where are you? I text Maeve as I walk toward the elevator, holding my breath to avoid a pungent aroma of men's hair club. She answers right away. Cafe Contigo. Want some company? Always. There's a bus sitting in traffic a few yards ahead of me, and I jog to make it to the stop as it pulls up. My phone is still in my hands as I board, and it buzzes when I sit next to an old woman with tight gray curls. She beams at me as I dig out my earphones and plug them into my phone, giving her a polite smile before I stuff the buds into my ears. Not today, Florence. Imagine Dragons blast while I read a text from Kirsten. Download this new messaging app for family chats. I follow the link with something called Chat App. The icon is a text bubble surrounded by a lock. Never heard of it. I text back. What's wrong with 10 apps? With the 10 apps I already have. Kristen sends a shrug emoji. I don't know. Kelsey wants it. Syncs easier with her laptop or something. Our middle sister is a technology dinosaur who prefers messaging via computer instead of phone. Better privacy too. Oh, good. Wouldn't want Katie's top secret wedding details to leak. Haha. Did Wing Zone fix the chicken yet? Yes, it's fully a chicken once more with a leprechaun hat in anticipation of St. Patrick's Day. Kirsten replies with 6 laughing emojis and a couple of shamrocks. I finish downloading the new app, and once I sign up, I see 4 invitations waiting for me. Kirsten, Katie, Kelsey, and Kara. I'm not ready for sisterly deluge, though, and exit the app without accepting any of them. It's practically my stop anyway, so I get up and make my way to the doors, hanging onto a pole for balance. As we lurch toward the sidewalk, Cafe Contigo is a block away from the bus stop. When I get inside, Maeve is at her usual corner table, a cup of coffee in front of her and her phone in one hand. I pull out my earbuds and take a seat across from her. What's up? She lays her phone down on the table. It vibrates twice. Not much. How was work? I don't know. Don't want to get into the death threats just yet. I'd rather not think about them. I gesture to her phone, which vibrates again. Do you need to get that? No, it's just Browen sending pictures from some place she's watching. She's really great, apparently. The set's really great, apparently. Is she into that kind of thing? She thinks I am because I did a play once. Maeve shakes her head in amused exasperation. She and my mom are exactly alike. Anytime I show the slightest interest in something, they hope it's my new life's passion. A waiter comes by, a tall, thin college student named Ahamd, and I order a Sprite. I wait until he walks away to ask, how's Browen doing after the whole mess on Friday? Did she and Nate break up again? I'm not sure you can break up when you never officially got back together, Maeve says, resting her chin in her hand with a sigh. Browen's not talking about it. Well, she talked about it all length on Saturday, but now that she's back at Yale, she's totally clammed up about Nate. I swear to God, that place short circuits all her emotions or something. She takes a sip of coffee and makes a wry face. She thinks Nate was into it. The kiss from Jules, which wasn't my read on the situation at all, but Browen won't listen. Did you tell her it was part of a game? I tried. Maeve bites her lip. I didn't want to go into too much detail because she'd freak if she knew there was even a slight connection to Simon, and she was already so upset about Nate. And the stupid picture Monica took was all over social media this weekend, which reminds me, I've been meaning to show you something. Maeve swipes at her phone a few times, then holds it out to me. I found this the other day. Remember the revenge forum Simon used to post on? I nod. Well, this is a new version, except now the posts disappear after a few hours. What? My eyebrows shoot up as I take her phone. How do you know that? I found it when I was searching Simon's old username last week. There was a post a while back that mentioned Bayview and something about a game. She drums her fingers restlessly on the table. I can't remember exactly what it said. I wish I'd taken a screenshot, but I didn't know then that the post disappeared. I scan the handful of posts on the page. Somebody named Jellyfish is seriously pissed off at his teacher. Okay, so you think what exactly? That this jellyfish person is running the Truth or Dare game? Not him specifically, Maeve says. That guy seems to have a one-track mind, but maybe the other poster is involved. It's weird, don't you think, that that the texting game starts by referencing Simon, and then this revenge form pops up and does the same thing? I guess, I say uncertainly. Seems kind of tenuous, but then again, Maeve knows a lot more about tracking vengeful gossips than I do. I should set up a monitoring service or something, like Ping Me, she says thoughtfully. At my puzzled expression, she adds, a tool that notifies you when the website updates. It's faster than a Google alert. Then I could keep track of these disappearing conversations. Her eyes get a faraway look, even though I think she's getting way too obsessed over a random internet post. I can tell she won't listen if I tell her so. Instead, I hand back her phone without a comment. When she takes it, her sleeve pulls up on her arm, exposing an angry-looking purple bruise. Ouch, how'd you get that? I ask. What? May follows my eyes, and I hear her breath catch. She pales and goes still and looks at this like a statue. Then she pushes her sleeve down as far as it can go until the bruise is completely covered. I don't know, just banged something, I guess. You guess? Her eyes are on the floor and unease stirs in my gut when, I don't remember, she says. I run my tongue over my dry lips. Maeve, did somebody hurt you? Maeve's head snaps up and she lets out a startled, humorous laugh. What? Oh my God, Knox, no. I promise nothing like that happened. She looks me straight in the eye and I relax a little. If there's one thing I've learned about Maeve, it's that she's incapable of maintaining eye contact when telling even the widest of lies. You should never, for example, ask when she thinks of your new haircut if you're fully prepared to handle the truth. I learned that the hard way when I decided to go a little shorter last week. Okay, so I pause because now I can't remember what we were talking about, and Maeve's gaze wanders over my shoulder. She waves, and I turn to see a thin boy with strawberry blonde hair and glasses hovering a few feet away. Hi, Owen, Maeve calls. Phoebe's not working today. I know, I'm picking up takeout. Maeve lowers her voice as Owen approaches the counter. That's Phoebe's little brother. He comes here a lot after school, even when he's not getting food, just to hang out and talk with Phoebe or Mr. Santos when they're not busy. I think he's kind of lonely. Somehow this whole texting game mess turned Maeve and Phoebe into friends, which is the only silver lining so far. Maeve's been kind of lost since Browen graduated, and Phoebe could use somebody on her side. Slut-shamey crap about her still flying around school, and her friend Jules eats lunch with Monica Hills. Click now. I guess Jules found her own silver lining, social climbing via Truth or Dare success. Mr. Santos appears from the back and hands Owen a large brown paper bag, then waves away the bill Owen tries to give him. No, mijo, put that away, he says. Your money's no good here. How is school? Phoebe tells me you have a big spelling bee coming up. Owen starts talking a mile a minute, but I'm not really paying attention because I'm still thinking about the relieved look on his face when he put the money away. My mom was an insurance adjuster on Mr. Lawton's workers' comp settlement after he died. I remember her telling my dad when she didn't know I was listening that she thought the company's payout for the accident was a lot less than it should have been. I don't think Melissa Lawton realizes how quickly that money will go when nothing's coming in, she said. When Owen finally turns away from the counter, he has a big smile on his face. He needed that. I think some kind of dad figure or big brother. Maybe I get it. I know what it's like to grow up surrounded by older sisters who might be great but can't tell how you're supposed to function as a guy in the 21st century. When Owen passes by our table, I find myself saying, hey, do you like Bounty Wars? Owen pauses and gestures to his t-shirt with his free hand. Yeah, me too. I'm Knox, by the way. I go to school with Phoebe. Maeve nods and smiles like she's confirming my trustworthiness. Who's your avatar? I ask. Owen looks a little cautious but answers me readily enough. Dax Reaper. Mine too. What level are you on? 15. Damn, really? I can't get past 12. Owen's entire face lights up. It's all about weapon choice, he says earnestly, and then bam, he's off. The two of us talk Bounty War strategy until I notice the bag he's holding is starting to soak through with grease from whatever's inside. You should probably get that home, huh? I say. People must be waiting for dinner. I guess. Owen shifts from one foot to the other, Are you and Phoebe friends? Good question. Not exactly, although now that Phoebe is spending more time with Maeve at school, she is also by default spending more time with me. And the snake pit that Bayview High has turned into lately, that's probably close enough. Yeah, sure. You should come over and play Bounty Wars with us sometime. I'll tell Phoebe to invite you. See ya. Owen waves as he turns away. Maeve would be scrolling through her phone the whole time, nudges my knees with hers. That was really nice, she says. Stop calling me that, I grumble, and she smiles. A tall kid with shaggy brown hair comes through the door, holding it open for Owen to slip out under his arm. He scans the room, his eyes flickering past me and Maeve without much interest, and pausing on a waitress arranging condiment baskets in the back. He looks like he's only a year or two older than I am, but there's something a little too intense about his gaze. Mr. Santos, counting receipts at the register, glances up and seems to notice it too. Good evening, he calls. The guy crosses half the dining room. Bruce! The guy crosses half the dining room with his eyes still on the waitress's back. She turns, displaying a middle-aged face that doesn't match her bouncy ponytail. Intense guy shifts his attention to Mr. Santos. Yo, Phoebe here? His voice is too loud for the small space. Mr. Santos leans on the counter, arms folded. I can help you with whatever you need, son, he says. No mijo for this kid. I'm looking for Phoebe. She works here, right? Mr. Santos doesn't answer right away, and their guy's jaw gets tense. He shoves his hand into his pockets, his green hunting jacket. You understand English or what, senor? He asks in a mocking Spanish accent. Maeve sucks in a sharp breath between her teeth, but Mr. Santos's pleasant expression doesn't change. I understand you perfectly. Then answer my question, the kid says. If you have a food order, I'm happy to take it, Mr. Santos says in the same even tone. Look, old man. The kid strides forward, then stops short when Luis and Manny emerge from the kitchen, one after the other. Luis pulls a towel from his shoulder and stabs it hard between his hands, making every muscle in his arm stand out. It's probably the wrong time, so I wish I had another guy's moves, but damn, Luis is smooth. Somehow he manages to come across like Captain America while wearing a grease-spattered t-shirt and a bandana. Maeve notices too. She's practically fanning herself across the table. Manny's not as athletic as his brother, but he's a big and burly and plenty intimidating when he crosses his arms and scowls like he's doing now. They need you in the kitchen, Pa, he says, his eyes locked on Intense Guy. We'll take over here for a while. Intense Guy might be an ass, but he's not stupid. He turns right around and leaves. Maeve's eyes linger on the counter until Luis goes back into the kitchen, and then she turns toward me. What the hell was that about, she says. Her phone vibrates again, and she makes a frustrated sound in her throat. God, Browen, give it a rest. I don't care about the set design nearly as much as you think I do. She picks up her phone and angles it so she can see the screen clearly, then pales. Oh no. What? I ask. She holds her phone towards me, amber eyes wide. Maeve Rojes, you're up next. Text back your choice. Should I reveal a truth, or will you take a dare? That is the end of chapter 9. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.